I'm Lloyd Princeton with Design Management Company, and these are the 26 steps to success. Honest. Be honest. Tell the truth and be honest with yourself. Make sure that, are you really enjoying what you're doing? You know, if you're feeling down, why are you feeling down? And it's okay to be that way, but you need to be honest with yourself and know that your being forthright is what's going to be helpful to other people too. Because when you can be honest with yourself, you can be honest with other people, and it makes the situations much more real and more realistic, and it helps you do what you're going to be doing in a holistic way. So be honest. Intense. Intensity is to me is almost the same as enthusiasm, but you know there is a subtle difference to it. It reminds me once when I was interviewed by a Canadian publication, and they came to me in my office in New York, and I remember the picture that they finally captured was of me sitting on the edge of a seat and kind of leaning forward and ready to charge. And they wrote about that in the article, and they said he approaches things with an intensity much just the way he's sitting and ready to kind of jump out of his seat. You're going to battle. You're getting up and you're charging forward with things, and that intensity is good. It doesn't mean you have to do it 24/7, but there is a time and a place for it, and don't be afraid to activate it and to turn it on, because people will respond to it. Remember, you're being hired to be a leader, not a follower. Be intense. Juggle. Life is about juggling, and work is about juggling too. You're not going to just do one thing. Now, this isn't about multitasking, because I'm not a big fan of multitasking. Take a task, do it well, move on to the next. But know that in the course of your day, you're going to have many different things that are going to come at you from different areas, whether it be personal, whether it be professional, not necessarily related to what you're doing at that very moment, but you're going to need to deal with it, so you juggle it. Just think of the jugglers. They're tossing a couple balls in the air. You're only touching one ball at a time, but you will have touched many before you're done with your day. So be ready to be nimble, okay? Juggle. Know your strengths and your weaknesses. I think one of the most important things I ultimately learned as an expert in the design industry is that I don't know everything. There's a lot that I don't know, but that's one of the most important things, is to be able to say to a client, I don't know, and I will find out the answer to this. Know what you know and be confident about it. Know what you don't know and be honest about that. Okay? Those are your strengths and those are your weaknesses. And you can turn a weakness into a strength by acknowledging it, saying, I will research this and get back to you, and then come back with the information. And in the future, you're going to know the answer to that question, and it'll give you a chance to learn something new. Lucky. You know what? Do you feel lucky today? I hope so. Some days are going to be better than others, and oftentimes it's a little bit or a lot of luck that's going to make a difference in your life and your career. And when you see people out there who have everything they want, be assured that it was a degree of luck to it. And you can create that scenario, you can create that environment for yourself by living joyfully, by being happy. Do I keep mentioning joy a lot? I do, and there's a reason for it, because there are just so many things that can bring you down, and you got to just realize, go about it with a smile, and today might be your lucky day, and you're going to get that project, and you're going to get someone who's going to be so happy that they're working with you. Meet in person. Today with social media, people think that they have connected because they have friended you, that they've linked with you, and that they've reached out to you. If you really want to make a difference, you want to meet people in person. Does that feel old school, kind of analog? Well, let me tell you, that is the true beginning of a relationship. And people do business with people that they like and that they trust. And you're going to only develop that rapport and trust by meeting somebody in person, seeing them face to face, and getting a chance to like you and laugh with you and enjoy you and touch you. There was a study done that I thought was most fascinating, where people go to a bank and they did two groups of people. Ones where the bank tellers didn't touch them, and then ones where they did. When they're handing the money back, they just made a little bit of contact. When they asked those customers leaving the bank what they remember about the teller, the ones that had no physical contact couldn't remember the teller at all, barely the color of their hair, whereas the ones that did could. They could even talk about the color of their eyes, something very subtle because of that contact. Meet in person and people will remember you, and they'll want to do business with you.